Hi, I'm Larry Trocha, and today we're going to go through some tips on working your horse on the mechanical cow, or flag, whichever one you want to call it. I like to call it the flag. Today we've got the Cow Track Ultima. That's the mechanical cow that I've owned for years. I love it. Got all the features that I really like. And we're just going to kind of go through some of the things that you need to watch out for when you're working your horse on the flag, some of the problems that could crop up and how to fix those problems. The first thing we're going to do is talk about, going with the cow and having our horse stop straight. It's important that our horse stops parallel and straight with the cow, and we can really work on that when we're working the flag. We also want them to come through that turn nose first versus shoulder first. And we want to make sure that they synchronize good and they draw before they turn, they suck back on their hocks. So those are all things that I'm going to work on, and I'll just kind of explain what I'm doing as we go along. So this filly, I've trotted her around. She probably could use a little more loping. She's a little too fresh, but that's okay. She makes a few mistakes, that's fine. I'm just going to kind of get her thinking a little bit. Notice I back her up, I bring that nose to the right, push her through with my left leg, accelerate with both legs, relax my legs, and she stops. If she doesn't, I just stop her. Bump this left rein so her nose goes to the left. I want her supple enough to where she'll give her nose laterally and vertically both. I don't want that nose going in the air. So I can take her nose to the left, back her up, slack, come through nose first, push her through with my outside foot. Accelerate. When I accelerate, I squeeze with my feet, and as soon as I relax my legs, that's her cue to stop, okay? So we're just gonna kind of see what she does here. It's been a while since she's worked a cow. It's probably been, 6 months since she's worked a cow. We'll see what she does here. Now, I'm driving toward the flag, and she's the kind of horse that likes to work the flag kind of at a distance. I'll try to get her a little closer. And as I'm driving to the flag or the cow, I want to squeeze her to it, but when I quit actively driving with my feet, she should stop. And if she doesn't, I just stop her, back her up. Let her know that when you quit driving with your feet, she's supposed to stop. Now this is okay, she's backing up. She wants to get leverage. She knows the more leverage she has, the easier it is to hold the cow. So she's just backing up to give herself leverage. I'll push her right back up here, start the cow. Good. Now I want her to stop straight, parallel with the cow, and she's pretty good right there. She's looking in at the cow, so she's going to come nose first through this turn. Good. Again, she stopped straight, parallel with the cow, turned her nose in to look at it. If she didn't look at it, I'd just bump that nose in. Squeeze with my feet to stay even with the cow. Squeeze with my feet, and then relax my feet when the cow stops. So this is how I want it to look on a live cow. Stopping straight, turn their nose in there and look at the cow, stay cocked back on her hocks, and come through that turn. If they're a little late, I'll push them through with my offside leg. Like if she's a little late, I'll push with my left foot and make her catch the cow. If you're too far behind the cow, it makes the horse drop off too much. If you're too far ahead of the cow, it makes the horse not give enough ground, okay? The ideal situation is when you're schooling them is to stop a little short. Well, it's better to stop them a little short when you're schooling them so that when you get to the show, you can show them long and stay even with the cow, and they'll want to really stop hard. Okay, so let's just say she wasn't staying cocked back on her hocks good enough. I'd just go ahead and start the cow and then back her up, release, go catch it. Start the cow, back her up, release, and go catch it. Good. Now that cow's going a little too fast. With this cow track, I can change the speed. It has two speeds. When I click the button once, it's in low gear and going slow. If I double click it, it kicks it into high gear and go fast. But I've got a button here where I can control how fast the slow speed is and how fast the high speed is. So I'm in the slow speed. I'm gonna push the button and then reduce the speed by pushing this reduce speed button here. There it goes. See how I can slow it down right there? Good. Now, start the cow, back her up, slack, go catch it. Now I'm going to drive to the cow. I'm going to use my herd side foot and drive her to the cow. Back her up. So I can use this right rein a little shorter, make that nose come in. Now I'm going to drive her to the cow, so I'm going to use my herd side foot, ride her to the cow, quit riding, and she stops. Back her up, turn and go. Double click it into high gear. Good. Back her up, release, let her go, turn. Now she's getting a little carried away. I sent her one time to the right, so now she's not checking herself. She's not stopping short enough going to the right. So when the cow stops, I'm going to stop her a little short. Stop her, back her up. Drive her to the cow with my right foot. When I press with the right foot, she should go to the left. When I press with the left foot, she should go to the right. Now that's a little bit too slow, so I'm going to change the speed again. There we go. There, that's about right. Ooh, boy, she stopped right on the money that time. Just that little bit of correction, just stopping her short. Good girl. Good, 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 good. We want to concentrate on having this horse, its body position correct on the cow. And we want to talk about how to get the horse using its body on the cow the way we want it to. We basically want it to stop straight. So and it's okay if we want them to come through the turn, we want them to stop straight and come through the turn nose first. So I'm going to show you how to fix the problem if there's a problem. Let's say, I'm going to put her on the flag here. If we go with this cow, and let's say she stops crooked, she kicks her butt out of gear instead of stopping parallel with the cow. I'll just put her butt back in there, bring her nose into the cow, start the cow the other way, back her up, and then let her go. Now she's fading off too much, so I'm going to hold her up to the cow, use my herd side foot, and let her know I want to stay up to the cow. Now, let's say we trotted over here and she didn't stop parallel. She stopped and turned her front end up. Like right now, we've got her front end closer to the cow than the rear end. The way I would fix that is the next time that we stopped and she ended up taking her front end to the cow like this, I would just go ahead and take the front end away. And then back her up. Good. Now the flag's going a little too fast. Let me slow it down here. There we go. I tell you that bump, that's called the bump feature on this cow track, and it really comes in handy. Okay, so we can back her up. If the front end starts going before I want it to go, again, I just take the front end away. away from the cow. And then I can back her up, bring that nose in a little bit by bumping the right rein, and let her come through. Hold her up to the cow a little bit. Bring the nose in by bumping straight up on that left rein. Now, the front end is a little bit closer to the cow. Now, I actually caused her to do that because I held her up to the cow with my reins. But let's say she stopped crooked like this with the front end up to the cow. Here again, I would just take the front end away from the cow, press with my cow side foot, bring her nose in as I back her up, synchronize. Good. Okay, now let's say she stops and kicks her butt out of gear. And you can just bring the camera in on me a little bit. So let's say she stops with the cow but kicks her butt out. I'll just use my herd side foot, put the butt back in, back her up, get her nose in, synchronize with the cow. I'm going to drive her to the cow a little bit, my left foot. When I quit squeezing with my feet, she should stop. Squeeze her to the cow a little bit with my right foot. Ride her up there close. Now we're doing things a little fast here. Now her hip's a little too far in there. Let's move her hip out. Same thing with if their hip is too close to the cow. Again, their body should be parallel with the cow. I'll just move the hip out. Back her up a little bit. This side, she's perfectly straight. Nose is in there, that's perfect. Good. I want her nose to come in, bump that left rein. Good. I want her to draw a little bit more on this side. Back her up. Good, that's perfect. Stop her a little short, bump her back. Now she's kind of huffing and puffing, so that's probably good enough. You don't want to overwork your horse, get him dreading working the cow. Get done what you need to get done and call it quits. So that's good enough for her. I'll just face her up on the cow, back her up, touch her on the withers, let her know that we're done. So right there, pretty good indication of how you can get your horse working on this flag. Again, mostly you want to do things slow. You don't want to do things really fast, have that flag going real fast, because it's a tool basically just to fix a horse's mistakes. You don't want it working as fast as a live cow, except maybe once in a while, just hit it fast a couple times. But anyway, so that's good enough for her, and we'll call it quits for today.